Hi there, savewith Crypto. Okay, just before I get into the Maiar Dex stuff, I just thought I'd show you what I was doing with this Ascendex platform that I was using a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I started using this because it was the only place I could trade FWT, which is the Freeway Token. And I did that, and I kind of gained a little bit, and I went from $500 up to 544. At the moment, it's just USDT sitting there doing nothing. So I thought what I'd do is do a Bitcoin leverage trade with this, just to show you really. And then I think once I've done that, I think I might just withdraw the money and not use this exchange anymore. And I prefer using ByBit. And by the way, I've started my ByBit trading series. I'll put a link to the first one up in the corner now, and you can check that out. But what I was going to do over here was just go to markets. Yeah, there you go. Futures market, Bitcoin USDT perpetual. That's what I want to trade there. So this is trading the derivatives of BTC. So what I think is going to happen, I think it's going to possibly come down to 42,000 maybe, but I'm going to put an order in at about here. So I'm going to do the price of 44,444, and I'm going to do half the account, so 50% of my amount that I've got. But I can't do that because I've got nothing in my account. That is because I've got it in the wrong part, haven't I? So if I go to crypto assets and I go USDT, I can go to transfer and transfer from the cash account to futures. I'm going to transfer all that. Confirm to transfer. Okay, so if I go back to the exchange, so it's futures market, trade, that one, I should see it there. There you go. So there's a 543.45. So I want to set an order at 44,444 for half the amount that I've got, which is going to buy 0.0122 Bitcoin. I'm going to put a leverage on 5x, I think. I think that should be okay. And I'm going to set that order now. Okay, open long. Right, and then once I've done that, I should see the order down here. There you go, open orders. So if the price comes down to 444, it will buy about $250 worth of Bitcoin, and it will do some derivative trading with it. Okay, so that's that. I'll keep an eye on that, and if anything happens, I'll let you know. If you had been watching the previous video, you'd have noticed that I had an order set to just do a spot buy of EGLD about 154 or 152, I think it was. But the price of EGLD went up, so that order didn't fill, which is why I'm trying the Bitcoin now. So if it doesn't fill, no big deal. I'll just try something else, but I'm not going to chase green candles. So I'll wait for the market to come down. If it fills, it fills, and then we'll take it from there. Okay. Now, in my video this morning, there was a comment from Duarte who said, you know, did I really think that MEX could never get to 0.01 of a cent? What I actually meant was 0.1 of a cent. In fact, I think that's what I said. But to be honest, now I'm looking at it. At the current price of 0.000281117, if that was to increase, let's say, 4 times, then that would be 0.1 of a cent. So 0.1 of a cent is quite feasible. It's possible it could increase 40 times to 1 cent, but the maximum supply is 8 trillion. So if it was 1 cent, then you'd be talking about a market cap of, what would that be? That would be $80 billion, which sounds a little bit ambitious to me. Having said that, there's lots of token burning going on and all that sort of thing, you know. So I think, you know, thinking about 0.1 of a cent is probably quite a good figure to think of, really. So I'm sorry if I misled anyone this morning saying that I don't think it will get to 0.1 of a cent. I think I was getting my dollars and cents confused, so sorry about that. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about today was the fact that when I was over in the MetaStaking, what I did in the last video, I talked about this. I did a harvest, and I harvested some Holoride and some LockedMex. And what I did was I put the LockedMex into the MEX staking farm, and I put the Holoride into the RIDE staking farm. Now I realised by watching Go Guy Go's video this morning that what I could do is create liquidity with these two. and then restate that in the meta bonding. Okay, so this is one of those parts of my videos where it's me from the future talking about something I'm about to do in a moment. And that's, I got it wrong again, because I didn't watch Go Guy Go's video properly. And in fact, what he was doing, he was harvesting and then getting his LockedMex and turning it into eGold in the LockedMex.Exchange. That's LockedMex.Exchange. And then he was creating liquidity from there, really. Now, I've never used that, so I think what I will do, I'll use it once in this case, just to show you how it can be done. But I think moving forward, that won't be my strategy. But anyway, I'll show you what I did previously. So this is from a few minutes ago. So I thought I'd just show you how to do that. I've got this MetaStaking looking like this. Now, if you haven't got this farm here, it's because you haven't staked the LP tokens. Now, if you've got a farm that looks like this, the RIDE-EGLD, you can just go straight to MetaStaking and stake that LP. I can't show you that because I haven't got that, but if I recreate the LPs, then I can show you that. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, this is actually a little bit like the old Denver strategy that we started out with back in November last year. And we couldn't do it in the end because they changed the kind of balance between the amount of LockedMex we were producing and the amount of MEX we were producing, and it just made it so it wasn't really feasible. It's similar here. I mean, you've got like a lot more LockedMex being produced than HoloRide, but at the same time, we can still use the RIDE here to fatten this metastate RIDE LK. I'm still not sure what LK stands for actually, but so let's do that. So I'm going to harvest it first of all. Okay, so that's that done. So let's just have a quick look what's in the account. Okay, so you can see here I've got HoloRide there and LockedMex there. Now look, this is the LockedMex.Exchange, and this is where Go Guy Go would put his LockedMex in there and swap it to eGold, and then he'd have some eGold that he could make the liquidity tokens with. I can't bring myself to do this, you know, because it loses half its value when you do this. So, I mean, you do get a token that you can use straight away. You get eGold, which you can use straight away, whereas you can't use the LockedMex. But I don't really want to do that. And I don't need to in this case, because if you look at my account, I've actually got $83 worth of eGold anyway. And HoloRide, I've only got $20 worth. So I don't actually need to do it. So if you want to do this, do it. I'm not going to, because in the process here, I think you lose half its value. And it might be useful to you right now, but for me, I just don't want to do it. So let's assume I've done it, right? Okay, so I would go add liquidity here, and I would go RIDE, okay, maximum RIDE. And you see here that would use 0.1077 eGold. So I'll just go add liquidity. Okay, so I'll confirm that over on Maiar, and that is processing the transaction quite slowly, probably because I've got the low slippage. Okay, it's done now. So now I have this RIDE-EGLD liquidity. Now I think I should be able to go to MetaStaking straight away and stake that LP token. Let's have a look. So I can't. Now it'd be nice if you could just select it straight from there, but you can't for some reason. So I think what I need to do is to go to farms here and then actually stake the LP here. Okay, so stake that. I'm going to keep an eye on the fees as well, because the fee for that is 3 cents. Network fee 3 cents. That's very reasonable. Okay, so processing transaction. So if you'd already set up a RIDE-EGLD farm, this is what it would look like. Okay, so it's there, it's worth $40, and you can see if you expand that, there is the eGold RIDE LP staked LK, and you can see that's made out of 0.1077 EGLD and 13.4908 RIDE. Now, I think I should be able to go to MetaStaking and stake that directly. So there you go. Okay, and then stake that. Unable to send. Let's try refreshing the page. And if you're ever unsure about if something worked or not, you can always come up to my account and see what's left in there. And you can see here that there's no eGold RIDE LP in there, so that must all be okay, I think. So to check that that worked, I've just come back to farms, and then I'm looking down here and clicking here, and it says okay, metastaked. So I've now got 5.249, whereas I had about 2.488 something staked before. So I think that's all good, really. So once you've done that, you get this little thing here saying metastaked, and if you click that, you go over to the metastaking. So yeah, it didn't quite work out as planned, really, did it? So I think my strategy might be, because I've got a load of eGold in the Maiar app, which is earning interest from the staking providers, I think when I've got some HoloRide harvested, I think what I might do is have a look what I've got in the Maiar app and look what I've earned in there, and then see if I can use that to combine with the RIDE here to increase the size of this. I think that's what I'd rather do, because I know someone commented the other day that when I restaked into the staked RIDE farm, the fees were quite large, and I think they said it was 70 cents, which I think sounds quite a lot. But I think for the moment, the better thing might be to do this thing where I increase the size of this farm here. Okay, so I hope that wasn't too confusing for you. I confused myself, I must admit, a little bit, because I completely forgot that I couldn't add liquidity from LockedMex and RIDE. I was hoping there'd be like LockedMex there, but there's not. Okay, so that's it for today, although I might have a quick look at what's happening over on my ByBit account and see if I can do another update to the next part of the ByBit trading series. If I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow morning. But meanwhile, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Do make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, tick the notification bell, leave it on all, leave a nice comment, and above all, tell your friends.